Hello, and welcome to the allure of fashion and the intrigue of great books. Today's episode, we're going to answer a call from India, investigate modern Indian fashion, and all that sparkles jewelry accessories. I'm your host, Wendy Kendall, and I have big news to share. The first of my 5 books published with the Wild Rose Press, Cat Out of the Bag, will also be available in paperback from Harlequin Books, published by HarperCollins starting February 20th. I think you're going to love the new cover and the fun of this new edition of the first In Pursuit Mysteries. Kat is Catherine Watson, purse designer and sleuth. As Catherine moves from designer bags to body bags, she's uncovering clues to a murder. Finalist for Best Romantic Suspense at Killer Nashville and a perfect read for the holidays, Snow Kiss Cookies to Die For. First grade teacher Desiree Tucker is on the brink of winter holidays with her new romantic boyfriend when danger encroaches on her joy. Terrifying secret Santa gifts show up for her in the classroom. As the stalker moves closer to the prey, Desiree doesn't know who she can trust. Another holiday favorite, if you're looking for a heartwarming romance to read on a winter's night, Heart of Christmas Cookies and Dreams. Liz buried her hopes 3 years ago when she buried her husband. George is a chef and a loner. He works at an assisted living facility. His adopted beagle, Phil, is George's only family and partners as a therapy dog for the residents. Can Liz and George discover the heart of Christmas and find the ribbons of love that run through it? Please check my website, wendywritesbooks.com, to see all my books. And thank you so much to the readers who've told me how much they enjoy my books. But my guest today is award-winning author Bharti Kirchner, winner of the 2020 prestigious Sala Award in Creative Writing. Bharti Kirchner is the prolific author of 13 books, 9 intriguing novels, and 4 delectable cookbooks. Her latest is Murder at Jaipur, a Maya Mallick mystery. Bharti's essay, Dreaming of the Black Tulip, has been published in Timberline Review, autumn of 2023 this year, and was entered in the Kay Snow Award. Her short story, Promised Tulips, was published in Seattle Noir and was included in USA Noir and selected by Publishers Weekly as one of the 2 best stories. She's written for Food and Wine, Eating Well, Vegetarian Times, The Writer, Writer's Digest, Fitness Plus, International Examiner, and Northwest Travel, and has appeared in 11 anthologies. She's a former freelance book reviewer for the Seattle Times. She's also a popular speaker at writers' conferences, definitely, at book festivals, yes, and universities throughout the nation. Welcome, Bharti Kirchner, in pursuit of fashion and fiction.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Wendy. Delighted to be in your podcast and to have the opportunity to talk about my new novel. You not only write fabulous mysteries, but you also do memorable interviews that I remember from the past. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for joining me because our listeners are in for such a treat. And congratulations on your newest book, Murder at Jaipur. This is the much anticipated, wonderful 3rd book in your Maya Mallick mystery series. Can you tell us a little bit about the mystery your sleuth, Maya Mallick, is facing?
Absolutely. The world's priciest ruby disappears from family home in Jaipur. Jaipur being a major tourist attraction in India. So now the suspicion falls on friends and family members. PI Maya gets involved in the search for the missing ruby. She uses her investigative skills to discover why it was stolen. And now loyalty and friendship between friends and family are put to the test. And there's murder. It also looks like PI Maya's own family might be involved, which makes it painful for her to work on the case.
Wow. Oh, there's so much there. And the sparkling ruby, that caught my interest immediately. It actually got me researching, and I found cashmere rubies. I learned that that's a type of ruby gemstone that's found in the Kashmir region of India. And the Kashmir region is known for its unique and beautiful landscapes. The gemstone is known for its deep red color and is considered to be one of the rarest and most valuable gemstones in the world. The Kashmiri ruby gemstone is said to have a wide range of benefits, including providing protection from evil spirits, promoting good luck, and increasing the wearer's wealth and success. Bharti, can you tell us more about the ruby in your book and how it is an object of much superstition?
I'm delighted to speak about the ruby. In fact, in the book, P.I. Maya's assistant, Hank, talks about the ruby this way. The rock originated in a mine in Upper Burma, I should say Myanmar, which I gather produces top quality rubies for the international market. Hard and durable rubies are in short supply. This ruby, one of the largest in the world, weighs 18,000 carats. A lustrous, unmounted natural gem, a stunner. It has no visible flaws and evidence of heat treatment. If you look closely, you can see a six-pointed star. Now, as far as your question about or comment about astrology, that is a science well developed in India. Each planet, in fact, is associated with a particular gemstone. The sun, our sovereign planet, influences the ruby. Not only do its warm red waves cure cold and flu, but they also heal other behavioral issues. And they can also push a person up the ladder of success in the business world.
I love that about fashion has so much dimension, and your fictional book, it just, weaves all that in with the fashion as well. I love that. There's so much to your book.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for enjoying it.
Oh, highly recommended. Now, Jaipur is in the northeastern part of India. Can you tell us more about this fascinating and important setting for your book?
I'm happy to do that. Jaipur is located in northeastern India, and it's a popular tourist destination, and it forms what is known as the Golden Triangle, and that is it's a tourist circuit along with Delhi and Agra. Jaipur is known for its art, museums, fine cuisine, and formal gardens. It's a center of gems and jewelry. It's well known for its architecture. A couple of centuries back, a king redesigned the city and had the buildings painted in pink, pink being the color of hospitality in India. This is why Jaipur is called the Pink City.
Oh, it's just fascinating. Now, your sleuth Maya has some enviable heirloom jewelry pieces of her own. She traveled with some from Seattle, where she lives, to India. Can you talk a little about these pieces and the family connections that Maya treasures, not only with those who gave her these pieces, but important family relationships for her and how some of those may be threatened with this mystery?
Maya stroked a pair of silver chandelier earrings studded with amethyst. When had she last worn them? Or the layered pearl necklace snaking around the earrings? And what about the gold mounted blue lapis ring nestled in the center of it all? Wordlessly, Maya thanked her aunts in India who had gifted these pieces on her birthdays when she was growing up. Aunt Vimala sprung to mind, the chubby matron who adorned all precious stones, but especially rubies. This was my engagement ring, she'd say to the children of the extended family. We call a ruby Ratna Raj, the king of gemstones. My ruby warms my heart, is my guardian. I wear it all the time, but it never gets a scratch. Next to diamond in hardness, but rarer than the diamond, mind you, Ratnaraj can stand up to any pressure. You kids should meditate on that quality and mold yourself that way.
What a wonderful excerpt from the book. I love that. Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, from your books, readers see that in India, women dressed up when they went out, and that includes ample application of jewelry. Can you tell us about contemporary fashion in India?
Absolutely. Usually, Indian women wear saris, which consist of an unstitched stitch of fabric, which is 6 yards long, and it's wrapped around or arranged over the body as a robe. But the younger generation and even the older generation, they wear particular dressing outfit. It's called lehenga choli dupatta ensemble. And let me describe it to you through one of the characters. The character's name is Sophie, and she's a college student in Seattle. And she's now in India. Sophie stood clad in a lehenga choli dupatta ensemble. It consisted of a light green ankle length skirt, a darker green fitted brocade blouse, and a delicate jade silk dupatta scarf in beige. Only Sophie could get away with being outfitted in such an elegant party gown so early in the day.
That is a great character, too. Sophie's a wealthy Australian young woman visiting India, as you say. Tell us a little bit more about this character.
Okay, Sophie attends college in Seattle and she's a foreign student from Australia. She's Hank's girlfriend, Hank being Maya's assistant. According to Hank, Sophie majors in good times and she has other talents. Sophie knows a bit about gems and jewelry, Hank said. In Sydney, she runs with what they call a silk stocking crowd. Plus, her late mother left her a pearl set. My girl's a genius. She can run a finger across a pearl and tell from the feel of it if it's real or fake. So that's Sophie.
Fantastic. And as you were writing this character, as you are writing this character, what have you learned about Australian fashion? Tell me a little bit about that.
From all I know, Australian fashion is practical, it's resort type of wear. T-shirts, jeans, practical shoes, wide brim hats. That's because they'll spend a lot of time outdoors. For business meetings and special occasions, they dress up just like we do. Now, Sophie is a bit different. She lives in the US and she has plenty of money to spend on fashion, which you will read in the book if you read the book. Now, as far as the bindi, which is in Sophie's forehead, in India, a bindi is a colored red dot, often red, placed on the center of the forehead. Modern fashion includes stickers instead of dots. These are stickers that you just slap on, and they come in various colors and designs, and you can match them to your outfit.
Oh,
And Sophie wears what she calls sunnies, but these are sunglasses in Australia.
I love that. Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Barty, would you just treat us to just like reading a full excerpt from your book, Murder at Jaipur? just a reading?
Absolutely. First, I'll read a paragraph from the beginning of the book so you get to see how the books get started.
Thank
So
you.
this is an email. Dear Maya, upon hearing from a mutual acquaintance that you are on holiday in Kolkata, I decided to drop you an email. You're not far from me. You see, I'm now posted in Jaipur as the Inspector General of Police. May I share a snippet of news that's not public knowledge yet? Neil Shah, your mom's partner, has been arrested on charges of stealing a rare ruby from a client. He's now in jail. I know how much you love your family, especially your mom. Would you be willing to cut your vacation short and fly to Jaipur to give Uma a helping hand? Wish I could be there to welcome you, but I'm on my way to Chennai with my wife for a family reunion. Shall return in about 5 days. Let's catch up then. With warm regards, Mohan Dev. And I'll read just a little bit about, since I'm talking about the ruby, I want to tell you Maya's reaction when she sees the ruby.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, please.
Maya's eyes opened wider. The upbeat scarlet stone, deep and vivid, complex shaped with a bluish tinge, rested on a velvety box. It sparkled like 1,000 stars, a symbol of power, wealth, mystique, and royalty, as well as a source of strength. Huge, uncut, translucent, flawless, velvet toned, and with the zip, the ruby radiated magical powers. She could see a six-pointed star in it. Her cheeks burned and hands trembled. Then, in seconds, she felt calm and alert, her heart warming. It was as though the gemstone had hypnotized her. She could stand there forever and contemplate it.
It's just incredible how you draw us into the setting and everything right through your characters, and your characters are just amazing. The way that you know, continue Maya through your series. She's just such an incredible character. I love following her adventures. Absolutely do. It's just, oh, I recommend these books so much, especially the new one. Can you tell us what's important for you as the author in creating your suspects?
Very good question. Suspects are really very interesting because they keep you guessing as to what's going on. They must be fully developed characters. When creating a suspect, I think about three things: their motivation in committing the crime, number one. Number two, whether or not they actually had the opportunity to be at the crime scene and do the crime. And the third is whether they're capable of carrying out the crime. Another point: usually a suspect has a secret that he or she wants to hide, which makes them even more suspicious. So these are some of the things one could use to build a suspect. Usually I have about five or less suspects. If you have too many, then the book becomes too big. It's hard to keep track of who's doing what or not doing what.
Well, I know you definitely challenged me on who done it. That's for sure. Well, I want to give a quick little chat about some purses, of course, that I discovered. They're called Potli bags, or at least that's as I understand them. And I'm going to see if I can just share a picture of a sample. This is just something I found. So here's what they look like. And So let me tell you a little bit about what I've learned about potli bags. The roots of the potli bag can be traced back to ancient India, where it was used as a pouch to carry small items like coins, jewelry, medicinal herbs for convenience and practical everyday use. Potli refers to a small bag or pouch in Hindi. Originally made from materials like cloth or jute, these bags were tied with a drawstring at the top, allowing easy access to the contents while ensuring their security. Potli bags gradually evolved into intricate works of art adorned with embroidery and embellishments, often crafted with luxurious fabrics and adorned with intricate embroidery, beads, mirrors, and sequins. I just love that. It's just so artistic. The motifs and design used in the embroidery were sometimes symbolic, representing prosperity, good luck, or religious beliefs. And these bags were also gifted on special occasions and played a significant role in traditional ceremonies and rituals. So I hope you consider Indian potli bags a must-have accessory for your wardrobe. They've been reinvented by many Indian designers over the years, and today they come with exquisite embellishments and make grand fashion statements while retaining their old world charm. In the rich tapestry of Indian culture, the art of embroidery has been a cherished tradition for centuries. Among the myriad forms of Indian embroidery, one that stands out for its beauty and versatility is the handcrafted embroidered potli bag. Indian potli bags today are a fashion accessory that come in various forms like the clutch, the embroidered bag, the beaded bag, a woven palm leaf bag, pouches, sack purses, and even more that you are encouraged to investigate on your own. So we've focused so far on female characters and fashions. Bharti, can you tell us a little about men's fashion in India and tell us about Rana Adani, who owned
Oh,
he owned the missing ruby, and also tell us about a very contrasting character, Sam.
delighted to do that. It's interesting that men generally wear Western clothing like, trousers and shirts. But for festive and special occasions, they really dress up. They wear the traditional trousers and shirts, which are called achkan sherwani or kutta pajama. And they're made of cotton or silk or velvet, and they're often embroidered, decorated with stones. So they're just as colorful as women's clothing. And often men wear either a plain or a colorful vest. And oftentimes that is their signature. Some men wear the same vest, no matter what they're doing, they wear the same vest. That's their signature. So that's it. Now, about Rana, he is described this way. The gem belongs to one of the richest businessmen in Jaipur, the dashing, young, cool stuff, Rana Adani. And Hank talks about him this way. Rana Adani got his MBA at Cornell, went back to Jaipur, and took over his family's textile business as the CEO, an upper cruster, you might say. Sounds like he would be a snorer, but no, he's a hip jet setter who has been everywhere, done everything, seen action. Was briefly posted with the Indian military in Kashmir, and the dude's only 35. As more of his character develops, we get to see a different aspects of Rana, and he turns out to be different too. Now, as far as Sam goes, he's the complete opposite of Rana. Sam comes from poverty, he's down to earth, he's a proverbial innocent guy, but he is a kite champion. But there is a sense about Sam that something is not right. He keeps disappearing. He seems to be threatened by somebody. So that's about all I'll tell you about these characters. If you read the book, you'll know more about them.
Yes, highly recommended. I just love all your characters. They all have such wonderful, just layers of personality. It's just so wonderful to read about them. Bharti, what do you find the most fun part of the process of writing a book?
Thank you for asking because writing a book, as you know very well, is very difficult, but there are some fun aspects to them. Developing characters, seeing them come alive and dominate the page is one of the most fun for me. The characters become real to me. For example, Sophie, who I talked about, the young woman who talked about, is one such character. At first, she's just Hank's girlfriend. That's the way I brought him into the picture. And she's a lovable person. But soon she starts getting into mischief and she adds more interest to the plot. And she finally, though, helps solve some major issues, which, much to my delight, she became very useful to the mystery. So that's Sophie.
Just one example of just fabulous. Well, thank you, Bharti Kirchner. Uh, Listeners, you will want to find out more about Bharti at her website, bhartikirchner.com. And you'll see that in the description below on YouTube, and find out more about her books. Bharti, thank you so much for sharing this fashion and fiction fun with us. Can you tell us what's coming up next for your readers to look forward to?
Thank you. I don't have any plan for a new book yet. I'm only writing short pieces, essays, and short stories and enjoying doing them. And I'm exercising a different part of my brain, as it were.
Well, those are wonderful reading as well. Definitely. Thank you for joining me today. And listeners, you're invited also to my website, wendywritesbooks.com, to see my books and explore more on fashion and fiction. And thank you, listeners, for joining us. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And join me next time for the allure of fashion and the intrigue of great books.